Perl tutorial part 35, using send mail to send email from a script. First of all, we open our send mail program. Now we have to make up a handle for our send mail program, so the word mail is as good as any. Now we put in the path for our send mail program. Now, first of all, we open with a pipe, and then with the path to our send mail program. So it will usually be something like this. Now, it may be, instead of the lib, it may be sbin. Okay, so next, and very importantly, we need this T switch. For security measures, very, very important, do not use send mail without the switch here. And then finally, we need this OI switch here. Okay, so that's the basic opened send mail line. Okay, so now we want to print our email. So we print, use our handle that we've created above here. We want to print a block of text, and then we close our send mail with our mail handle, like so. The first line of our email here is email, who is it to, so it's written like you at yourserver.com. Now the @ sign here must be escaped, otherwise this Perl program may think this is some kind of array. Now the next line is the from email, so that is from perhaps someone at their server. And then the next line is the subject of the email, and that can either be a hardwired subject if it's just perhaps website feedback, or if the user is typing in their own subject, then it would be a variable. After the subject line, we must skip a line, otherwise it will not know where the message starts. So very important to skip a line before the message. And then after the email is sent, perhaps some kind of confirmation could be printed. Now, email programs are susceptible to a bit of abuse from people who like to send rubbish email. So for a start, I will suggest removing the HTML tags that may get put in to the message. Now, there's a little regular expression that can remove the HTML tags from a line of text. So it looks like so. Okay, so that will remove any HTML that is contained in a message, and that can be applied to your subject as well, or anything, any piece of text. Now, next off, I'd like to show you how to make a rude word filter, because people will send you messages of all kinds of rubbish and spam. So let's create an array of rude words, although I won't actually type in the rude words, so we'll just have, say, rude word 1, rude word 2. So you have an array full of rude words and undesirable words. Now let's just create a little variable here called rude equals no, because at this stage the message is not rude, so this is not totally necessary, but we will create a little variable called rude equals no. Now let's create a for each loop. For each word of our array rude words, now let's say if the message contains one of these rude words from our rude words array globally anywhere in the message, and case insensitively with the I, or let's put in, include the subject as well. Okay, so if the message or the subject contains any of our rude words, case insensitive, then we're going to make our variable rude equal to yes. Okay, so then now when we come down to our, we can type a little statement, unless rude equals yes, send this mail. Okay, so unless there's a rude word in the subject or the message, the mail won't be sent. And then we can print the email confirmation anyway, because the person who's sending spam might as well think that they've sent you the mail, otherwise they may start finding tricks and ways to get the mail through. In regard to the from email, people can put in false email addresses. So really, if you're just looking for a bit of feedback or a comment and you don't really need to reply to people, just put in your own email address in the to and the from. People will never see these email addresses. As soon as you start replying to people, then they will learn your email address, and often people will just want to learn your email address so that they can send you rubbish email. So it's often best to have the from email on your email form blank, really just no email required, I would suggest. So that's using send mail.